The Query tool can be accessed by clicking its button on the top left of your screen. There are 4 query tools. Each one of these uses geographic parameters to search through the hundreds of thousands of oil and gas wells in California and to return just the subset of those wells that you are interested in. We'll look at a couple of these together, starting with the first one, Select Oil and Gas Well by Location Buffer. This option lets you draw a shape on the map and returns information on the oil and gas wells that lie within that shape. Selecting this opens a dialog window which includes a list of instructions. Note that the first item on that list is to zoom in on the map to get closer to our location of interest. I'll zoom in on Bakersfield for this example. We've now zoomed in on Bakersfield, and we'll take a minute to look at more options in our dialog box on the left. There is a drop-down menu titled Choose the Filter Type. It has defaulted to the selection Drawn Graphic, and we can leave this alone. There's no need to touch that. Below the drop-down menu are several icons which let the user choose which type of shape to draw. The options include drawing a point, drawing a line, a polygon, a rectangle, or a circle. Below this, it is possible to change the buffer distance. WellFinder will return information on wells not just that fall within the circle or the rectangle or the shape that has been drawn, but also within the buffer zone surrounding the drawn shape. For this example, we'll leave the buffer distance on its default value of 1/4 mile. And we'll start by drawing the simplest shape, a point. Because the point has no area, information will be returned only on wells which fall within the buffer zone around it. That is, our point will simply be a dot on the map with a circle around it that has a radius of 1/4 mile. To begin, left-click on the Draw a Point icon. And then left-click your mouse on the map. And around our point is a 1/4 mile buffer. One well falls within that space. And when I click Apply, we will see information on that well. This causes the map to zoom in on the selected area, and it also displays the results in the dialog box to the left. In this example, one well fell within our area. We can view additional information on that well by clicking the arrow next to the text well. Here we can see information including the operator name, the well API number, and several links, including a link to view more information on this well in WellStar. When done viewing this, clicking the trash can icon will clear the results. Clicking Reset will then delete the shape drawn on the map. Now let's try drawing a polygon. To do this, click on the icon titled Draw a Polygon. We can now draw it by clicking with our left mouse button anywhere on the screen. Each place we click will place one of the vertices of the polygon. I'll click once here, again here, a third time here, and now to finish drawing the polygon, we have to double click. I've now finished drawing it, and we can see there are 3 wells that lie within the polygon I've drawn and 5 wells which lie within the 1/4 mile buffer. I'll click Apply. The map zooms to the selected wells, and in our dialog box to the left, we can see each one of these wells has an expandable button which allows us to view information on that well. When done viewing information, click the trash can icon to clear the results. And in our previous example, I clicked Reset to delete the drawn shape. You can also click the icon of an eraser to do this. We can now click the back arrow to return to the menu of query methods. Next, let's take a look at List Oil and Gas Wells by Local Jurisdiction. This also has a list of instructions, and it includes two drop-down menus, which allow us to search based on location and on well status. I'll start by clicking on the Location drop-down menu. This lists locations which we can use to search. Note that there are multiple types of locations. We can see here both cities and counties. For example, I could search for oil and gas wells in Alameda, or I could search for oil and gas wells in Alameda County. I'll select the county for this example. Well status can also be searched for. I'll start by leaving it blank, and I'll click Apply to search for wells in Alameda County. The map automatically zooms to an extent which shows the results of the query. There are two items worth noting here. The first is that the query results have been added to the Map Layers panel, in this example, under the title List Oil and Gas Wells by Local Jurisdiction Result. I'll deselect all other map layers to make it easier for us to view the query results. Now, the only map layer being displayed are the query results, and they show on the map as cyan circles. I will deselect this layer in the Map Layers panel and now reselect it. The second item worth noting is that some query results may be hidden by open dialog boxes. I'll close the Map Layers dialog box and the Query dialog box. Note that behind both of these dialog boxes are those cyan circles which indicate query results, which we would not have seen had we not collapsed those dialog boxes. It's important to remember to collapse dialog boxes when viewing query results. I'll expand them again now. And redisplay the original map layers. We can also view our results in the Query dialog box. This tells us that 88 features have been identified, and, as before, we can expand the box next to any given well to read more information on that well. You may have noticed that not every visible well has been selected by the Query tool. In the case of some of these, it is because they lie outside of Alameda County, and I'll turn the county layer on so we can better see that. Here we can see the wells on the northern part of the map fall within Contra Costa County. So why are the wells south in Alameda County not selected by the Query tool? It's important to remember that this is selecting based on local jurisdiction. And so this query returned wells which fall under the jurisdiction of Alameda County, not every single well in Alameda County. I'll turn on the city layer so we can visualize this. This purple line is showing the boundaries of the city of Livermore, and we can see that the wells which were not selected fall within the jurisdiction of the city of Livermore instead. It can be important to keep in mind which jurisdiction you are searching when using the Query tool. Let's go back to the results and take a look at filtering these based on well status. This drop-down menu lists the various well statuses available in this location. There are only two in Alameda County, canceled and plugged. I'll select canceled. Click anywhere to navigate away from that menu. And now click Apply. We can now see that the number of returned results is fewer. There are 6 canceled wells in Alameda County. And once again, I can expand or collapse the information associated with each well. You may have noticed that you do not see the distinctive cyan color of wells which have been selected by the Query tool. Always remember to check behind dialog boxes. I can see one of our 6 wells on the left-hand side of the screen, right here. and the other 5 are hiding behind the Map Layers panel. When done viewing your query results, click the trash can and the back arrow to return to the main menu of query methods. There are 2 additional query methods visible. One is titled Find PLSS, or Public Land Survey System. This allows you to enter a meridian, township, range, and if wanted, section. Upon clicking apply, the map will then zoom to that township and range, and you can identify wells that lie within that location. The last one is titled Find Oil and Gas Field Boundary, and we'll take a closer look at this one. There is one drop-down menu, and it allows you to choose the name of an oil and gas field. We'll use Aliso Canyon. Upon clicking apply, the map automatically zooms to the Aliso Canyon oil and gas field. The field is highlighted in blue, while you can see that adjacent oil and gas fields appear in yellow. Note that unlike our previous examples, in the dialog box to the left, you cannot see information on each individual well. Instead, there is an expandable information box on Aliso Canyon itself. It is still possible to see information on individual wells. Using your left mouse button, click on a well. This opens a dialog box. The initial dialog box shows, again, information on Aliso Canyon. Note that in the top right of the dialog box, you can see the text 1 of 2. This tells us that there are 2 objects in place on the map here. The first of these is the Aliso Canyon field boundary. The second is the well that we are interested in. To view the second one, click the arrow pointing to the right. And now we can see information on the well we have chosen, including the operator name, the well API number, and several links, including one which allows us to view more information on this well in WellStar. When done, click the X to close the information box. The trash can icon clears the results, and the back arrow returns us to the main menu of query methods.